All right, hello everyone. Today, um, I want to talk about a few things about my journey, about where some things came from, so that y'all get a better understanding of who I am. So, the name Rhythm Renegade that came from, say maybe August of last year. So, a year ago someone told me that I need to come up with a nickname or a stage name, because they saw my guitar practice videos that I was doing, and so I thought about that, and I thought, okay, I love rhythm guitar, especially heavy rhythm, and I saw online Renegade. All right. So then I put rhythm and renegade together. Rhythm renegade. And then I thought, okay, my last name is Reynolds. So what if I change renegade so that it's a play on my last name? So then I spelled it Reyn. Then I put a period and then egade. So the period separates my last name. So rhythm renegade, and it's also about taking a different path, with guitar. I'm back when I first got into guitar, back when I was really young, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, I really loved the lead guitar. I love the solos, the flashiness, and all of that, and the tapping and the slides and all of that. And now it's changed, and I am more into rhythm guitar now than I am, lead guitar or anything like that. Um, the heavy rhythm just it helps to regulate my nervous system, with this anxiety and dysthymia and all of that. Um, so my mind is not moving, 200 miles an hour all the time, right? So rhythm, Reyn period egade, rhythm renegade, a play on my last name and for my love of rhythm guitar. All right, and then notice there you see a little locomotive, with the double R, you know, Rhythm Renegade, Robert Reynolds, right? So why a locomotive? Why? Well, the locomotive, it represents rhythm guitar. Um, in heavy music, the rhythm guitar is often the engine. Okay, it keeps everything together, and it provides power, drive, and groove. It is the foundation. All right, so that's what I like. And a locomotive is steady. Now, in rhythm guitar, I hear a lot, see a lot, chug, 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 right? The chugs in rhythm guitar. And it kind of sounds like a locomotive or a train. So that is where that comes from. And I was getting some pretty mean comments, on my groove videos, that I'm doing, and so it was because I think that people, some people, were surprised that they would see an acoustic guitar, and a lot of people, when they see an acoustic, they think campfire songs. They think standard tuning. So here I come, with my acoustic guitar, and it's tuned to drop C sharp, and I'm playing these chugs, and chug chug open, chug chug open, kind of like, and people were like surprised about that, I think. And they're giving me, really mean comments and things, and so I come up with this thing that, whether it's an electric guitar, whether it's an acoustic guitar, a chug is still a chug. No matter what guitar it is, it's still a chug. Okay, so that's where the locomotive came from. And now this acoustic guitar right here, this acoustic guitar is affectionately known as C sharp. Capital C-E dash sharp. All right. So where did that come from? Well, C sharp has been in my family for about 14 years. And we bought it for my son, who is now in the States, and serving in the Navy. He's been in the Navy for a couple years now. And so last year, my wife just, she saw uh, this acoustic just sitting here, and nobody was playing it. Nobody was, using it or anything. And so she wanted to sell it. And I thought about it. It's like, okay, yeah, let's do that. But then I picked it up because back in my early 40s, when we first got this, um, I was trying to learn guitar. Just I was in standard tuning, learning basic chords. G, E minor, all of that. Um, but I could not get to where I was playing songs or anything like that, and it was getting frustrating. And so I put the guitar down, and I had my own guitar at that time, and I don't know what happened to that. Have no idea what happened to that guitar. Um, but I put the guitar down and gave up on it until last year. I was 55, about to turn 56. At that time, and so my wife wanted to sell it, and then just one day I picked it up and I wanted to see if I could remember some basic chords, and that changed my life because that was 16 months ago about, and now this guitar here, C sharp, when I got into rhythm guitar, I wanted to try some drop tunings. So I tried drop D, and it was okay, because it was only the lowest string, that was tuned down. The rest were standard. And I said, nah, I want lower. I want a little bit lower. So I tried drop C sharp, and I hit that lowest string, and I was like, whoa! It just blew me away. So this this 14-year-old acoustic guitar has been with me through a lot of things. The ups and the downs, the good times, the bad, the awful comments, uh, learning drop C sharp, together, doing groove videos together, and even though C sharp is 14 years old, it's still chugging away. So that's where C sharp comes from. One day, one day I will have an electric guitar. That is my goal. But it's not going to replace C sharp. But those two will complement one another. All right. And then lastly, I want to talk about uh, the name for this, Rhythm and Tenacity, my journey. Um, Rhythm Renegade, is all about rhythm and tenacity. Um, Running, I run 4 days a week, training for half marathon. And even though sometimes I don't want to show up, I do. You know, um, so it's about not giving up. And when I was in the Navy, on my first ship, I had a supervisor that um, would tell me all the time, that I am worthless, and I cannot do anything right, and my shipmates would laugh, and it was very humiliating. And so I took that with me. I started to believe that, hey, maybe I am worthless. Maybe I can't do anything right. And so I took that with me throughout my whole Navy career, and even beyond that. Which my Navy career was 20 years, and so um, it was the tenacity that got me to a 20-year career. And then my son, who is in the Navy now, we were video chatting with him one time, and he said to us that uh, he has the tenacity of dad and the brain of his mom. So that's what that is. And it's just about showing up, even if you don't want to. So that is what Rhythm Renegade is all about. All right, so there you have it. So I'll stop right there for today, and hopefully, I can continue doing these videos. And I hope that you enjoy them, and I hope that you can learn something about me. All right, so until next time.